That kind of nerd. Let's start the show with comics, movies, and technology. Here we go, bringing you the segments that you're looking for, like Cape Talk, Screen to Stream, Tech Perspective, and more. Cast this nerd degree and the blockbuster. Welcome to the club, 'cause you're that kind of nerd.
Welcome, everyone, to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Millen, joined by Josh Burns and Brian Thornton.
What up?
Hi, Brian.
Hey, buddy.
Listen,
Like
I've
an
been-
exasperated sigh, though.
let me just start with this. I don't know if this is going to stay in. The nerdy world was not nice to us this week. Wasn't kind. It's Spider-Man Far From Home talk, which we, of course, give a customary 2 weeks before we even talk about it, yet alone go in depth with a spoiler cast. And then the 4th of July, which was like, oh, Stranger Things stuff now,
Yeah.
which, again, we don't talk about right away, and we give a customary 2 weeks.
That and like the nerdy world shuts off on a holiday. I don't even know why, because nerds don't generally, do the holiday stuff.
Right. So, I've got stuff. There are things to talk about, but I would expect this to be a slightly truncated show, just so we're all aware. Let's start off the show with the world of comics. See how it's affecting TV, see how it's affecting movies, and more importantly, how is it affecting Brian? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk. I'm going to answer one of those questions for you right now.
Yeah, please.
This does not affect me at all.
That does affect TV. And it
It does not
a couple
affect
movies.
TV, in fact.
It does affect TV.
Oh, okay. I see. We've got a back and forth here. That's wonderful. What are we talking about? What the hell are we talking about?
So, Josh, there is a very popular television show and a very popular comic series called The Walking Dead.
No.
I told you you'd be out on this. It's done 193 issues, right, of Robert Kirkman's zombie apocalypse story, and then just out of the blue, it's over. It's just done. Just someone pulled a ripcord damn quick. Brian, was there like
Not someone. Robert Kirkman just decided,
yes.
I'm going to end it, and then ended it. At an odd number, which was like 194. Like, it was weird. And then, like, faked everybody out by giving, like, fake covers to, like, 196 and 197. He didn't even decide to even try to make it to 200. He's just like, nope, I'm done. Ended. This does not affect the TV show.
I know
in
but,
any way.
but just in the broader sense of the now the source material is done.
More importantly, does not affect me. I don't read The Walking Dead. I have not watched The Walking Dead in years. I just thought it was weird. It is weird. There was no announcements. There was nothing. Kirkman just said, hey, there you go. Supersized issue. Take it. Bye.
Yeah, the plan initially for this was to do around 300 issues in total.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a much longer running series, and I'm sure just Kirkman and the writing on the wall just said, "Hey, okay, bye."
I think he's involved in now 2 Walking Dead shows, and he will be involved in an Invincible show that is coming out. I think he's saying, you know what? I can't devote my time to this book anymore. I'm done. I'm going to concentrate on the TV stuff, and just Image was fine with it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure they're making their money on it. The thing, Brian, is not only is he still involved in Fear the Walking Dead and Walking Dead, there's also another spinoff plan in the works, and there are two movies that are also
it's gotten out of hand. The Walking Dead is just freaking ridiculous.
starting to turn into a little X-Men. Listen, for those of you who are curious as to what the end was, I'll just give you the very last couple panels, just what it all boiled down to. It all boiled down to Carl talking to his daughter about how Rick and that group reclaimed the world and made society back again so that she could have a place to live. So Carl lives, and the whole thing is just him telling the story to his daughter.
Yeah, they rebuilt society after the zombie apocalypse.
Yep.
The entire issues, they make very long, painstakingly known that zombies are not very common anymore.
Right. So it's over.
Okay. That's a happy ending. It could have ended with everybody dying.
Actually, that's very true. For
dumb.
what this show
It's
could
the
have
best
been,
ending you're gonna find in a zombie.
a
anything.
zombie. This is actually, you're very true. This is a very optimistic, happy ending compared to everything else that's going on right now. I don't even know
Dumb.
where the show stands, but
It's dumb.
yeah, I know you think all zombies are dumb. I get it.
Zombies are dumb.
All right. Well, let's turn our attention then maybe to the world of TV and movies in a segment that we call Screen to Stream. An interesting trailer came out this week for a movie called Knives Out, starring, hold on, let me look at the cast. Everybody? It's literally starring everybody? No, I'm just kidding. We got the star-studded cast: Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson. I mean, Toni Collette. It's a star-studded
You
cast.
say interesting. I say a remake of Clue.
It is Clue. It's exactly Clue.
It is like Clue, but with real celebrities.
It is Clue with Daniel Craig playing the Tim Curry character, which is kind of cool. This
Who
cast is
sounds
really
like
great.
Frank Underwood.
Like, honestly, when I saw Toni Collette, I was very happy. Like,
Yes, she's been very good recently.
she's very good. Right? I've got no issue with anyone in this cast at all, and the movie looks decent. Now,
Yeah,
it's not something I'm going to rush out to see, but I'll see it with my A-list, right? I'll
yeah.
I'll go give it a peep because it's got an amazing cast, obviously. But like it looks Brian, you can't tell me it doesn't look interesting, Brian.
That looks interesting. It's an A-list movie. I'll check it out. I'm not going to rush to the theater. It comes out Thanksgiving, right?
Right, but you were just like, oh, it's fucking Clue. Well, yeah, it's Clue.
Clue.
It is Clue.
It's
That's just a murder mystery. What makes
listen,
it Clue?
It's CJ, come on.
Not all murder mysteries are Clue.
That's not true.
This is Clue.
No, whoa. That's not true. All murder mysteries aren't Clue. How is that not true?
Listen, what you're saying is
Murder
that
on the Orient Express
what
is
you're
true?
saying
Shutter
is that
Island
all
wasn't Clue.
jacuzzis are hot tubs, but not all hot tubs are jacuzzis.
Thank you. Shutter Island, not Clue. All right. Mystery on the Orient Express.
Murder on the Orient
Murder
Express?
on the Orient Express, not Clue.
This is Clue.
This is Clue. But not all murder mysteries are Clue.
Who said that all murder mysteries were Clue?
Who said that?
You,
I said this looked like Clue.
No, I said not all murder mysteries are Clue, and you went, not true. Rewind the tape, Jimmy. Play back the tape. Not all murder mysteries are Clue.
That's not true. Who's Jimmy?
There you go.
Can we
Where's
hire
Jimmy?
somebody?
I hired an intern. Okay?
That's
Was I not
exciting.
supposed to do that?
Does he have tape to rewind?
Yes, he does.
Hey, Jimmy, I want you to go back when I said that really exasperated sigh, because that's what I feel right now.
Jimmy, don't put that in.
Brian feels.
Jimmy!
Dude, I'm not going to argue with you. The movie looks interesting. It looks fine. I'm not going to rush out to the theater to see it, but I got a very Clue feeling
It's
from this
Clue.
trailer.
Well, that's
It's
a
Clue.
different, but that's different than it's Clue.
I
It is Clue. Did you watch the goddamn
feel
trailer?
like he's putting Josh's words in my mouth like I said them. Josh, as much as I love you, I don't need to be you at this point.
That's not mine.
Oh, yeah, what's this with the silver money clip?
No,
There you go.
now you're doing 2 to 10, and your kids are going into child services. Now he's crying.
Anyway.
Yes, okay. It looks like Clue. I get it. But like,
I mean, my point is it comes out Thanksgiving,
My
probably a
fav-
very good time of year for it to get released.
It's an
I
amazing.
forgot.
It's an amazing release time.
I forgot.
There's going to be nothing in the theater.
It's
Yes.
a
So-
star-studded cast.
It's
Yeah.
going to make hands over
gonna make
fist, money,
enough.
money. My
It'll
favorite
make
little
enough.
bit from this trailer is when everyone has apparently turned against Chris Evans, and he's like, "You eat shit. You eat shit.
That's
you
right.
eat shit. You definitely eat shit."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yes.
But like to all his siblings.
to his entire family.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
like,
right.
who hasn't once said that to
It's-
their
it's-
entire family before?
Chris Evans is hilarious. I
Yes,
love
he
Chris
is.
Evans and everything he does.
His comedic timing is good. He's a good actor. Daniel Craig is a good actor. Toni Collette is amazing.
Yes.
There's gonna be it's gonna be a good show, and it feels. I haven't done any research into it at this point, but it feels like it's
a murder mystery.
a super
Like
tight
murder mystery
super
theater.
tight set with a lot of dialogue that
Yes.
probably didn't cost a ton.
Nope.
and it's gonna make a bunch of money because the cast is amazing. It's Clue,
But it's not. It's a Ryan Johnson film.
Yes, it is Ryan
it is
Johnson.
Ryan Johnson. Yes.
Listen, nerds, many a time we invoke our favorite movie subscription service, AMC A-List, on this program. And I know that many of you don't have an AMC near you. You've told us, I don't have an AMC near me. Well, fret not.
Well,
Regal Cinemas.
move to a place where
That's
there's an
very true.
AMC near you.
Very true. But fear not.
Relocate. That's the answer.
But fear not, Regal Cinemas is now unveiling their unlimited ticket subscription program to rival that of AMC A-List. This is fun. This is nice. I'm a fan of this.
Is there any details about it?
So we yes and no. The detail that we really got is obviously just like AMC A-List, depending on your market, is a little bit of a different price for the service. But with this service, which doesn't have a name yet, you have to purchase this annually. You can't do a month-to-month subscription, which in most cases saves you money and doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. You just have to put a little more money up front. Brian, there is no answer as to whether this covers 4D movies or any of the
Yeah,
IMAX
the Regal
stuff.
by me has a 4DX theater. If that was included in this, I would seriously consider.
What's a
going over to that.
4DX? What's that?
4DX, Josh, is when you have the 3D glasses, so you have 3D, right? You've got the 2D and then the popping out with the 3D.
Uh-huh.
And then the fourth of the Ds happen when you are sitting in your chair and your chair moves, much like the Back to the Future ride.
Oh no,
Oh.
I'm out.
Also,
I'm already out.
also, I'm not done yet. Also,
There's more.
if it rains in the theater, you get rain in the movie. You get rain in the theater.
No,
Little misting of water. You
Yeah,
get
no
smells.
I don't.
Like
I don't,
smells
I don't,
of
I don't,
rainforest.
I don't pay
You
for
get
those.
smoke.
Nope.
You get
Nope.
lightning flashes.
This is all bad.
It is a hoot and a half. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
No, thank
It's
you.
actually making me physically ill right now.
I've seen 2 movies.
You
in
wear
4DX.
glasses.
They were both pretty
How
good.
can you watch a movie with something with a mist and not have to take off your glasses and clean your glasses?
It doesn't. I've seen 2 movies now with misting shit happening to me, and it doesn't last long enough for it to stick to the glass. I don't know.
There's another little thing, another little feature of this program that doesn't come to AMC A-List. So AMC is stepping the fuck up. 10% back on concessions, which
AMC
are
does that.
not 10% back. They do 5% with points that are then redeemed into something else. This is 10% back with concessions,
Okay, but
which are
AMC
immediate
also,
rather than receiving a voucher.
okay, AMC also gives me a free upgrade from small to
Small to
medium
large.
and medium to large.
Yes.
So
Also, they let you skip the lines to the concessions, and then you
yeah,
laugh at the
all of that
peasants.
is worth that extra 5%. That's
well,
fine.
I'm just saying, give me 10 and
Nope,
let me
I'm
do
good.
all that.
Nope. I would rather not wait in the peasant line
Oh, I agree.
and get 5%.
So here's my question, Brian. Since you have Regals near you and AMC's near you, got the best of both
do.
worlds. Would you consider getting both of these, or would you drop one for the other?
It's either one or the other. And honestly, geographically, for me, I live across the street from an AMC. That one just makes sense.
Don't be creepy, people. Don't be creepy.
I didn't say which AMC.
I know, but just don't be creepy.
All right. But no, I probably wouldn't get, unless there was the 4DX option. That might cause me to get both, depending on how much the Regal is. But other than that, no.
I don't
So-
even. I don't like. How is that even like a? How does that make it worthwhile? It just seems like it. I don't
Because if I do want to experience a movie in 4DX, one ticket is $25.
Yep.
So if this is a reasonable cost and includes 4DX, then I don't even have to step into the Regal once. I go see one 4DX movie. It's probably paid for itself. Also, the way my theaters are, the AMC only has 9 screens. The Regal has like 16 or 17. So I usually have more options at the Regal. So if I have to wait a couple weeks to see a movie, I mean, there's a lot of factors involved here. I am weighing my options to answer your question, CJ.
So obviously there have been a couple details that have been leaked about the program. When it comes to price, these are the numbers that I have, and they're from Deadline here. They would work out to 3 different tiers, again, depending on what they're doing in your region. $288 again annually, $252 annually, and $216. So roughly around $24, $21, or $18 a month.
That's not terrible.
Considering, I think in our neck of the woods, AMC A-list is around now 24, if I remember correctly.
I'm still paying 20.
Right, we're grandfathered into it, but at the end of the year, I think we go to the 24 plan. So, listen, if you're in the place where Regal is around and there are no AMCs, this is a pretty good thing. We have been a fan of movie subscription services. We'll get into another one later. But we've been a fan of A-List since it launched and would highly recommend it. So if this operates just like A-List, definitely worth your time and your money. But listen, it just wouldn't be the same if we were talking about these wonderful things if we didn't mention the ghost of MoviePass, who is still haunting us to this goddamn day. I just want to take a moment to bring up some news that broke around MoviePass. They will be shutting down for several weeks, apparently to update their app, which I don't know was a cause for shutting down your whole company.
Wait, who?
Remember that little company? They were called the MoviePass. And
why are we still talking about Brian? Why are we still talking about MoviePass?
I don't know. He's the moderator. Just let him go.
Don't you want to hear from their chief of marketing? You're not interested to see what Chloe the dog.
Their chief of marketing sounds great. He sounds adorable.
It was a girl dog. Her name is Chloe.
Okay. Oh, what kind of dog is Chloe?
I don't fucking know.
A little shit dog.
It was a little shit dog.
No, not a shit dog. Like a little, one of those like hairless chihuahuas.
No.
Little
It's
yappy,
like a Bichon.
The yippy little
yappy.
Yeah.
Fuck that
dog.
chief of marketing.
Right.
I'm just
not a cute marketer.
They lost 90% of their user base, which duh. And then the ones that are hanging on right now, they can't use the service. And they had no announcement beforehand. They just said, hey, we're going down for a few weeks while I fix her up. Okay, bye. Oh, by the way, it's the 4th of July. You can't see any movies. Bye. Things are fucking... I'm so glad I don't have it anymore. What a fucking scam.
Wow, that sounds vaguely familiar. Hey, Jimmy.
2 years.
Jimmy, do me a favor.
No.
Go back a year and a half. Pull up the audio of when Brian and Josh said that this was a effing scam.
No. Listen to me now. You listen here. When MoviePass was unlimited for $10, I, again, being the cheap-ass motherfucker,
I totally got my money's worth.
And I took advantage of it, and I was never not able to see a movie.
We were very clear about this being too good to be true, and
I was fine. I rode out the train and saved so much money. It was totally worth it. Now, when they changed all that, and you still bought it, you're the fucking idiot at that point. Okay? That was your fault. I don't blame the company for taking your money at this point. You're fucking dumb. Okay?
Oh, see,
ridiculous. Joshua Burns, I want to get you on. I want to get you maybe excited about something.
Get me excited. Let's go.
I'm going to say 2 names, right? See if you get a little interested. I'm going to start with Mark Gatiss and Stephen Moffat.
Okay. I like both.
Teaming up together to do a BBC/Netflix original show. It's
also good.
It's going to be a 3-part, a 3-part TV adaptation of a classic novel called Dracula. Figured I lost you at the Dracula.
Less interested, but it's a BBC show?
It's BBC, but then for the US will be distributed on Netflix.
All right.
Who's
the headliner? Because it's Mark Gatiss and Stephen Moffat creating the show, but like who's the
Claes Bang? I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's from The Square and The Girl in the Spider's Web.
I'm gonna say no one that we know. I'm looking at the cast list. It's no one that we know. But is that necessarily a bad thing? Did we know Benedict Slappy back before he was anything? Before he was anybody?
I guess not. But like, I mean, you're talking about Crumpty Bump, Slapty back, and
did we know who Matthew Smith was before Stephen Moffat put him on a show?
I refuse. I refuse, sir.
Do we know who David Tennant was?
Yes. So everyone knew who David Tennant was. I refuse, however, to allow you.
Oh, just because I invoked
anything
Matthew
about
Smith.
Matt Smith.
Oh God.
Yeah. No.
That was the bridge too far.
That was
Hey, you know how these 2 guys, they take obscure people that no one's ever heard of and make them famous movie stars and just make them really well known and well liked and they do great character work. Oh, but sir, you bring up one that validates
Matthew Smith was going to be amazing regardless of who put him in that role. I can't allow you to say anything about 11. I can't do it. I don't. It's just not. It's not in me. I don't have that bone. Those are fighting words.
Just can't give them the fact that they found Matt Smith. They found Matt Smith.
Matt Smith.
Yes, he was going to be great no matter what.
He was always going to be Matt Smith.
Matt Smith found them.
That's right. That's right. They were lucky that he walked in.
He, in fact, is the Doctor and played himself in a documentary for 3 years. You're welcome, Josh.
I could not have said it better.
Got you.
Well, like the thing is, like, do we need another vampire show?
I want you to think of I would think of this like in the same vein as Sherlock. What if it was just 3 movies that just tell the story of Dracula and that's it? We're done. We walk away afterwards. The BBC doesn't make things and keep it going if it gets really good. They're like, we told our story. I don't know what the fuck you want from us. We're leaving. All right. We already burned the sets. It's over.
But what story? I mean, we're talking about
the story of the Dracula novel, the actual book of Dracula. We tell you the whole story.
3 90-minute episodes like Sherlock, right?
I assume so. The run times of episodes have not been given out, but they just
right. But based on the showrunner
and BBC, yes,
right, and BBC, right, and obviously we have Mark Gatiss who's going to be in
Gatiss, but yes,
is it Gatiss?
It's Gatiss.
Anyway, so we've got Mark Gatiss and we've got Stephen Moffat, but like the rest of the cast,
I'm a fan of picking no names to do things. I'm a fan of it. I like it. I don't know if it'll be good, but I trust Mark Gatiss and I trust Stephen Moffat. They gave me Doctor Who and they gave me Sherlock. I'm on board.
Gatiss give you?
He was a writer
on Doctor Who.
Yeah, a few times. He's in the writers' room. All right, close. Okay. Listen, I'm interested. Obviously, as more becomes available, we'll see. It's filming right now, so it's not even done.
Vampires are basically zombies. I
knew that was going to be your answer for it. I knew that was going to be your answer, and this is why that wouldn't work.
Like I watched True Blood for almost the whole time, but it got so ridiculous after like season 4 that I was out. And I haven't. I watched Twilight, and all of it was ridiculous. I was dragged to midnight showings of that fucking movie. Oh, I mean, it was just not. It wasn't good. All right. So, will I give it a chance? Yes, because of the showrunners. But like, I'm not.
I know you're not lining up for it. I know you're not going to watch it first week. You're going to be like, I mean, I owe it to Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss.
Yeah,
so
I do.
Well,
I do. Right.
It'll be again. You'll close your eyes and think of England, and you'll get done with the show. I want to take a quick moment and I want to address some fans' feedback and things like that. We have obviously been asked by many a person to, hey, give this show a shot, or hey, why don't you watch this, or Brian, for the love of God, will you watch any of the goddamn Doctor Who that you're supposed to be watching? But I
don't believe for a second any listener has said that. It's just you.
Listeners, assemble, send me messages. Thank you. But one was consistently coming out.
More importantly, listeners, send me messages so that I can ignore them.
But Brian, you don't get the messages because you don't check any of the changes.
He just said that. He just said he's going to ignore them.
If you want to send CJ the messages so then CJ can then translate your messages to me, I'm fine with that.
Translate like it's not English that they're speaking to you.
I mean, I can only imagine the people who actually care about me watching Doctor Who are overseas.
Everyone writes like exclusively in Gaelic. or like wingdings. Everyone's sending messages in wingdings.
Listeners, if you could please send your comments in Gallifreyan to CJ so that he can translate them to me, that'd be great.
All right. But I took a fan suggestion to heart. Jamala Kid has been hounding us. Somebody, one of you, please give One Punch Man a shot on Netflix. It's really worth it. So I was on vacation in Florida. My nephews were pulling up their Netflix queue, and they started playing One Punch Man. I got 8 episodes in. It's interesting. You two will not like it at all.
You talked about this a couple weeks ago.
I'll believe you for a second. I enjoy a lot of anime. I guarantee you I'll like it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this was the anime thing that I was like hard pass. Yeah.
Yes, you hard passing on it.
Right.
It's fine. It's enjoyable. It is a little
I
weird.
would watch One Punch Man, but if I'm gonna watch an anime again, I'm just gonna rewatch Evangelion because they dropped that on Netflix.
I don't want to hear you say, "Oh, if I had to watch something," and if it's not any of the stuff that you're supposed to be watching. I don't. wanna hear
I'm
it.
working through my list.
Uh-huh.
It's getting there, but then Stranger Things came out.
That's bullshit because you're watching all kinds of stuff that's not on your list.
I got caught up with all my CW shows. I'm still haven't caught up on Arrow. I still have to catch up on DC Universe stuff.
2 months late. You know, it's only going to get harder in your life, Brian. You're going to be married. Next thing you know, it's, oh, well, there's a baby. Next thing you know, we got a dog. Then it's, oh my God, the dog died. You know, it's just going to be.
You know, I'm thinking it's going to be easier with the baby because if I'm up all night with the child, I can at least knock out an episode or two or something.
That's for sure. I used to just perch Christian on my shoulder and play my PSP. Like he was just there and I was playing video game. Yeah, and at home, right? So I had him on my shoulder there, and I'd be playing NBA Live, winning championships and whatnot. And he was sleeping.
I'm gonna get caught up just fine.
Sure.
Ye of little faith, you.
Listen, bottom line,
We are of little.
Very little faith.
Yes.
Bottom line, if you're an anime fan, I think you will enjoy One Punch Man. Season 2 is coming soon. I'm interested. I'll finish it eventually, but I at least started it. And Jamala, thank you. It was entertaining while I was on vacation, so I appreciate it.
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
Listeners, before we move on to the next topic, we just want to say that your support for this show is what keeps us going every week. So would you kindly please share this episode with a friend, especially if you think they'll enjoy the topics that we just discussed. And if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome, and be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Thank you for your support, and on with the show. All right, everybody, get your hats on, grab a machete or two, because we are going to go explore the Amazon.
Savannah, Amazon used to sell books.
Listen, you can pretty much buy anything on Amazon these days, right? Am I right?
I can get that
Basically.
unicorn.
Right. Like the unicorn, you can buy video game cabinets, you can buy pretty much a boat. Hey, but you know what? The one thing I didn't know you could buy until today? You could buy a $20,000 log cabin that you DIY build yourself. And Josh, I think it's very important to notice, does come with free shipping. Very important to...
Is it Prime 2-day delivery?
Don't know.
Does this qualify for the drone deliveries?
I don't think
Will
so.
they drop the lumber off in my trunk?
Yes, they probably will.
I'm very confused. It's DIY. Like, do I get IKEA instructions?
So it's a 200 so hold on, here it is. So it's a 292 square foot log cabin kit, right? It's large enough to function as a summer house, a home office, or even a standalone rental building.
No, let's back that up. You said 292 square foot.
Yes.
You want to do the math on that again? Because, I mean, it's basically a 30 by 10 room. It's one room. That's not a house. That's a room.
Well, that's one. There are multiple cabins.
Yeah, there are multiple cabins.
It's also a tiny.
There's another one here, Josh, that's 1,108 square feet.
Yeah, there's a one that's 113 square feet.
Yes.
100, that's a 10 by 10. That's basically a jail cell. Okay? And it's
Okay.
$5,000, right?
They're tiny
yes,
homes,
and
yes.
you're right. They have 1,100 square foot cabins for $47,000.
Right.
I
I just didn't know you could even buy that on Amazon. Be like, hey, I want to...
No, I mean, it's a little crazy that you can buy it on Amazon.
Well, like a
but,
2,000 square foot house. Can we get that
like,
from?
I got to tell you, I bet I can take Trick with me to a Lowe's and have him buy a bunch of lumber and build me one of these. Like, okay, the A-frame and the joists might be a little difficult, but like beyond that, I'm fairly confident that my boy could build me this
Now,
for a fraction of the cost.
oh God, I'm going to say something. I'm going to instantly regret it. To be fair, Josh,
Oh, to be fair,
they specifically in the Amazon description say that these cabins, with the exception of the one that's almost, $50,000, are perfect for, quote, hobby garden, pool tools, and supplies, or a simple retreat in your
It's
backyard.
a shed.
that's called a
You're
shed.
building a shed.
I'm aware of this.
That's not a
I
cabin.
understand. They're advertising it as a cabin. I'm just the man who reads.
I can buy a vinyl pre-built 8x10 shed for like $1,500 at most. Like, and it'd be a fancy
Well,
one.
here we go.
With like a couple doors and windows, and there'd be shelves and shit. But like a cabin?
So buy all this stuff and then fill it with all those Star Wars things that we talked about last week.
No. See,
No.
that's not what you do with a cabin.
You put it in the woods, and then Chris Hemsworth shows up. and then they
and
enjoy
like
it.
or like on a lake, right? And you go there with people, and you
get
sit
murdered with a
outside
machete?
with your fire pit. Like
This sounds like a perfect
It's-
thing for a boomer to have for their millennial kids who can't afford a house.
no, this is me and Brian sitting outside of a cabin, with a crackling fire pit and a couple of cocktails.
Whoa!
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Whoa!
Right.
Let's do that, Josh.
CJ, you would never come. Like
What are
even
you
if
talking about?
even if I
We're
asked
not
you
going to have the
to,
proper permits for
I'm
you.
not even invited.
there's no, I don't have the form for you to fill out.
Wow. I'm not even invited.
I don't have a guy to notarize the form
I have
anymore.
invited you to things and you're like, I can't make it. And then I go, hey, Brian, how about you drive 2 hours and come for dinner? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was
See?
enjoyable.
Right.
I
do
joined
that
you for a
again.
movie, sir.
For a movie.
No,
We
you
shared-
randomly bumped into him at a movie.
Well, you know what? I'm going to randomly bump into you in this cabin now as it burns to the ground. Oh, look, a spark from that fire pit lit up the cabin. That caught fire
the
very
crackling,
quickly.
Brian,
Yes.
the crackling
Yes, it
fire pit.
did.
Can you imagine the warmth?
I can imagine the warmth of your company, Josh.
Warm your cold
And there it
damn
is.
heart.
I'm excited by that.
Anyway, don't forget to use your Prime membership and, go ahead and buy yourself a cabin.
2-day
kit.
shipping and IKEA instructions
I'm
included.
going to look right now if it's eligible for 2 days.
This amount of lumber is not eligible for 2-day shipping.
Usually ships within 6 to 10 days, which
Yeah.
is not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did I buy? I just bought some shit. So I bought, on the podcast. Was it last week, Brian, where I bought
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
So I buy the PS4, the PlayStation Classic, which
Yes.
is,
How are those?
Is-
Has anyone gotten any other sticks yet?
well, hold the fucking phone.
Okay, my apologies.
The PlayStation Classic is still sitting on the floor next to my door, because the 3 flash drives will not be here till mid-July, and I'm not fucking playing this thing until I have 300 games.
That makes sense.
But I have it. I'm just waiting for the flash drive.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to go around the internet every week, find the weird, find the obscure, and then ask these two gentlemen for their tech perspective. When I saw the headline for this next episode, I seriously thought my dyslexia had kicked in. I was going. I just want to get through. I was just explaining my
Nope.
troubles with reading.
Yep. That is a modem.
It's gonna.
The whole thing. It's got it.
Yeah, it's gotta. There it is. There's that. That's important. Uh-huh.
That's how you know it's connected.
Tech
perspective. And then there's
Guys, Bose made what they're calling AR audio sunglasses.
Mm.
I don't understand any of those words.
So don't worry about earbuds, guys. Don't worry about the sun, because Bose has got you with their
Do
sound.
the sound waves block the sun? What is this?
There's a video on their website.
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
Okay. So Bose is making sunglasses, right?
Bose made a bit of
They're making sunglasses, is what you said.
yes.
So are these sunglasses like basically translating sounds into colors like synesthesia? Because that would be useful.
That would be useful, but no. These are, I want you to imagine like a Google Glass, right? They're big, thick frames on the side. And then on the very back, by the stem, by your ear, right, are little speakers that are perfectly aimed right at your face.
Nope.
And they're shooting
Nope.
off sound that way.
That doesn't put music into your ears.
Yeah, I mean, please watch the video included in the show notes real quick.
No, I don't think I will. I'm scrolling through and I see it and I see what they're trying to do,
Yeah.
but like putting music near my ears
Mm-hmm.
doesn't help me hear the music. It has to be in them. Like, it's like this. I've got this air conditioning system at my house that's relatively new, right? So when it turns on, it's obnoxious. It's like all you can fucking hear.
Right.
So if I'm playing music
Yes.
that isn't in my ear,
Right.
as soon as this ambient noise starts to happen, I can't hear the fucking music anymore.
Right.
That's the same situation with these glasses.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do you like AirPods? I do like AirPods. All right, well, what if we just didn't put them in your ear?
Right, yeah. What if we projected music from near your ear?
Right. It's
And
not,
so that some asshole on the bus or plane can still interfere with your ability to hear it. And more importantly, everyone around you can hear what you're trying to listen to.
right.
This is ridiculous.
My favorite part of this is the overview is like here's the breakdown, guys. It's open ear audio, Bluetooth enabled, integrated microphone, also UVA and UVB protection.
Open ear audio is the same as saying it's basically like an
Speakers.
external speaker.
Yeah, it's basically a
which
Bluetooth
is
speaker.
stupid. Brian, can you help me, please?
Okay. Anyway, they're $200.
$200.
First off, they're not stylish. Secondly, I watched the video. That guy bopping up and down on the street looks ridiculous.
Yeah, the frames are a little much.
The one of them looks like the Snapchat glasses.
Yeah,
Well, they're just too big. Like,
Yeah, the size of them are gigantic.
yeah, they're ridiculous.
no. I'm just no. I just
Yeah.
it's so dumb.
Yeah,
I have AirPods.
Right.
Let's move on with our lives. I'm good.
Yeah, I just want to say for the cost of one of these, you could just get AirPods with a charging case. And
Here's the thing.
fine.
Here's what I will say. Most glasses are smaller than 140 millimeters arm to arm.
Yes.
Right. So
yes.
what they've done is really smart. They've made them larger, that like 142, 148 millimeter. That's actually really very forward thinking. So I'll say that's a big deal, right? Anybody who wears a hat size larger than 7.5 is going to need a larger, like a wider glasses. This is really good. And I'm sorry to get super nerdy about the hat size.
Yeah,
but,
that
like,
just went like real sideways. I enjoyed
well,
it.
I mean that, like, I think I have at this point 50 hats, and they're all sort of 7 5/8 to 7 3/4. I understand the size of my head, and I also know what glasses I'm gonna need because I had a big head. So this is really good. They've thought about the length and width of the glasses, which is cool. But the problem for me fundamentally is there's a design flaw in loading a driver, any kind of speaker, into the arm of a set of glasses is going to make it incredibly bulky. And they're giant,
Right.
bulky, ugly
And
monsters.
they're going to be heavy on your ears.
And they're going to be super heavy on
heavy.
your head,
Yeah.
right? Which is actually going to cause fatigue to your ears. That's a problem, right? So here's the thing. Instead of spending $200 for basically speakers that you're wearing on your ear, right? Spend $200 on a decent pair of like headphones or earbuds or whatever you're comfortable with. I have, I don't know, 5, 6 different sets of headphones, earbuds, you name it. They're all premium. They're all, probably $200 plus. My AirPods, I guess, are what, $170, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but like, this is ridiculous. This is not okay. It's
Right.
not okay for you to be wearing a pair of glasses that are just broadcasting whatever the fuck you're listening to for everyone around you to be bothered by. This is insane. And I'm done.
Me too. What he said.
Yeah. Second that. Take that, Bose. Yeah. That's what I thought.
It's like their neck thing. You've seen their neck
Oh,
thing?
God. Yes, the neck things. I hate
Like,
the
can
neck
you
buds.
imagine walking around with that thing?
No, I couldn't.
But this is the same thing.
I agree.
Who wants to hear what you're listening to?
I don't know.
Like, I've got great taste in music, but that doesn't mean that the guy next to me wants to hear Manchester Orchestra.
I mean,
Well,
I want to hear
I
what
mean,
you're
yeah,
listening to,
I know.
Josh.
I know. I know, and I'll continue sending you.
No one wants to hear CJ listening to whale mating noises on the subway train.
I'll have you know I have moved on to the mating of the muskrat. Thank you.
I thought you were more about the prairie dog.
Oh,
And
that's 2017. Josh.
Their majestic
20
mating rituals.
2017, sir.
Oh, but it's fun to watch them pop up.
In more ways than one.
That's what she said.
I feel dirty. Listen, nerds, thank you so much. This show was a lot of fun. I enjoyed our topics that we had this week, but I do want to let you know that we are doing our exclusive spoiler cast of X-Men Dark Phoenix, which will be on our Patreon feed today when you're listening to this. So come over, support the show. It means the world to us, and you get some exclusive content. So stay tuned for that. But
Why do you say it all spooky
and
like?
listeners, I will not be with you next week. My apologies. My son will be at band camp, and I have to be there to support him.
well, we'll miss Josh, but I want to thank you, listener, for making us your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work, and we will see you next week.
Well, welcome to the club because you are that kind of nerd.
I want to talk about just before we get started.
Oh gosh.
I have a situation where I'm not sure if I'm getting dumber,
Okay.
like exponentially dumber, like a Flowers for Algernon type situation over
All
here,
right. Uh-huh.
or like if my children are just really good learners. Because all right, so Christian's he's beating me at chess
Oh, good. I was thought otherwise. Oh God, we have to call somebody.
like 1 out of 5 times. Like
Right.
it's bad. He's 11. He shouldn't be beating me at chess
Sure.
that frequently. And the other night, Zoe, she just advances her queen, takes a bishop. She goes check, like because her whole thing is if she puts me in check a couple times, she's just very like she puffs up, right? She's just very proud of herself because she put me in check. But she does the thing and she goes check, and I'm going, all right, you wanna revise that statement or what are we doing? She's like, what? You're in check. Figure it out. And I'm like, baby,
That was a very Josh Burns thing to say.
that's my daughter. That's my wife. That's my daughter. And I'm like, baby, you need to look again. And then she did like the Stewie slow head turn
Right.
and realized that I was in checkmate, and her face lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree. And she just ran around the downstairs, right? Because my 9-year-old has just checkmated me. And I'm over here going, yeah, I really don't have any answer. I'm not even sure what's going on.
The correct answer is you need to sleep.
No, you know what?
I think
It's not even. I'm not.
Really?
It's not even that I'm not.
no.
CJ, It's not even that I'm not sharp. I'm sharp, dude. I'm always sharp. If I'm awake, I'm sharp. I'm a dumbass, and my children are smarter than I am, and that's where I'm at. Is that they're smarter, and this is me now. That's
All
it.
right.
I just wanted to say that before we kicked off the thing that you call is a lackluster show. I don't think it
I
is.
never said lackluster.
Well, you kind of implied
Don't
lackluster
you
to the
put
listeners,
goddamn words
and
on my mouth.
I wanted to give them at least a story that would be as somewhat entertaining about how I'm a dumbass and my children are smarter than I am.
Brian, are you preparing a legal brief over there? What the fuck are you doing?
He's got 11 by 14 paper.
What is going on? He's like flipping through. Are you gonna read me your screenplay? What is happening?
Is that a dossier?
It's a lot of paper shuffling, and you didn't even have the decency to mute your microphone.
I'm sorry. I just thought of something about the wedding, and I think I was supposed to pay something to the venue today, and I did not.
All right.
The man's literally
it's a
going through
holiday.
contracts. He's going through contracts right now.
I am. I'm going through.
I know you
contracts.
are, but what am I?
Continue.
Oh, no, I was done talking.
Oh, I'm talking to CJ.
Everybody always asks, why is Brian doing this? Why is Brian doing that? But no one ever asks, how's Brian? No one ever
Brian's a little tired, actually.
Well, Brian's now referring to himself in the third person.
Brian had a rough day at work.
Oh, God. Here, the only thing that makes me like ugh about Ryan Johnson is not what you think, because I enjoyed Star Wars. It's Super. They advertised Super on there, and I hated Super.
I didn't see Super. I saw Looper.
Oh, was that what it said?
Super is not Ryan Johnson.
Who did Super?
Super is James Gunn, my
Well,
friend.
then I'm a
that's right.
fucking dumb idiot.
Yeah.
All right.
Jimmy,
Ryan
will you play to that
Johnson-
back? Jimmy, will you make that stainer right there? Yeah, that little bit right
down.
there. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, make that the stainer. I'm sure those two guys will appreciate it.
Ryan Johnson did Looper,
Looper. Well, then
which does rhyme with Super.
I saw it very quickly, and apparently, saw what I wanted to see. All right, listeners.